Hey friends, it's Natasha Hazlett here. I'm coming to you from my front porch this morning, and it's a pretty special place for me, and I'm going to share with you why that is in just a second. But I wanted to share with you today about a book I'm reading with Rich right now. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and you probably heard of it. I have to confess to you that although I've been in this entrepreneurial space since 2006, and I always heard people talking about Think and Grow Rich, I never actually read it until I started reading it just about a month ago. And this book is really powerful. And so if you have not read it yet, I really recommend that you go out and grab it. This one is the one that's been revised and updated for the 21st century. So it has some more examples that are relatable in today's economy, in today's world. But one of the most powerful things that comes out of this book is the concept that thoughts are things, and they're powerful things at that. And as soon as I read that, I really started to internalize it and realize that so many people that I work with, they are battling some really negative thoughts. And seeing as thoughts are things, and I'm going to give you an example of that in just a second, it really made me feel bad for those folks, because you're battling really negative things when you have negative thoughts. I think it's something that really stops a lot of very talented, very gifted individuals that could truly change the world with their message. But their negative thinking, it consumes their thoughts. And then all of a sudden, things don't seem to be working right. Things aren't firing on all cylinders. And if you take a look at what your prevailing thoughts are, you might discover that they're really negative. I can't do this. This is too hard. I can't afford that. I can't afford to go to this training. I can't afford to buy this training. My spouse isn't supportive of me. It's going to take forever for me to build my business online. I'm not good at technology. All of these negative thoughts, they end up creating your reality. And so I really urge you today to think about and be cognizant of the thoughts in your mind today. What are the prevailing sentiments? Now, the reason why this place is so special for me is that when Rich and I heard from a friend about Boise, Idaho, and it's more than potatoes, it's way more than potatoes, but I remember that I saw pictures of this neighborhood, and it's like Pleasantville. All the lawns are perfectly manicured. All the families, the kids leave their bikes out on the front porch. It's just like really like a Pleasantville. And I saw that the front porches, a lot of them overlook the foothills of the Rockies, and I really wanted to live in Boise. And at the time I was living in Memphis. And so what did Rich and I do? Well, we started talking about moving out here. We started exploring where we might live and if we could live in this really cool neighborhood. And we looked at all the cool trips that we could take. And in fact, one of the things that I envisioned constantly was sitting on my front porch with a cup of coffee, looking at the mountains. And I became obsessed with that. And I wrote it in my journal. That's where I wanted to be. In fact, I found my journal recently, and it was just so special to read it and see that this was what I visualized. And I was obsessed with it. It was my prevailing thoughts. I knew that we could move out here. I knew that it was possible. And so I set that in my sights. And sure enough, in 2009, we were able to move 2,000 miles away from our family. We were able to not only move to Boise, but to live in that picturesque neighborhood to where I can come out here on any morning and sit and look at the beautiful mountains. And so truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that. So keep that in mind today. stay positive, and set your sights. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. For more tips and strategies on how to build a business and a life that you love, visit me at natashahazlett.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.